All right, today we're going to be talking about 3 reasons that you should start a podcast in 2025. And so let's break it down. This is targeted towards business owners, and so this is how I've utilized it in my own business. But the first reason is it can be very easy to start. Now, if you just do an audio side, it can be really, really easy. Now, once you introduce video, it gets a little bit more complicated. So start with what you know and start with the resources you already have. And this includes, it can be as easy as opening up your voice memo app and talking into your phone for an extended period of time. I would recommend at least doing longer than 6-minute episodes just so you can get a lot of practice. But it's easy to start, and then you can throw it into a platform like Adobe's podcast suite that's online. There's a lot of other free options out there that you can use in order to enhance your audio, and it makes it sound like you're using a professional podcast microphone, even though it's just through your iPhone. And so just do that, and it even generates graphics for you. You can just use ChatGPT or go to Canva and make a simple graphic, and boom, you're off to the races, posting onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the platforms. And you do that using a distributor like Red Circle, or it's called Anchor FM by Spotify, and that's how you get onto Spotify. And you have to go open up an account and go post your podcast there. And so it's really easy to start. Just start by recording yourself. Start with audio if that's going to be the easiest. And if that's the one thing that's like stopping you from creating content, make it as easy as possible and as simple of an experience as you can, so that there's no friction between you and hitting your goals and creating the content that you want. Number 2, it's free consulting as well as free prospecting and like meeting with potential clients. And so if you have a smaller podcast, if you're just starting out, it's more than likely nobody's listening. And so it gives you an excuse to get in front of these people, these experts or these potential clients, to where you can meet with them, talk to them about their needs, and then you can eventually pitch them based on the conversation, because you already know all their struggles and everything. You can solve their problems. And so if you have somebody who you're like, man, they would be a perfect client for my business, invite them on the podcast and then ask them all the questions that you would normally ask them in a discovery call, and just kind of break it down and get to know what their true struggles are. And then that's a good sign that you'll have everything that you need to pitch them a proposal, either right afterwards or maybe in the next coming weeks. And it just builds that trust, because you're sitting down with this person for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long these episodes are, and you know everything that they need. So make sure to utilize that. It's also a good way to get free consulting. If you have somebody come on the podcast that's an expert in their field, and you dive deep into like, hey, these are my struggles with my business or my product or my service. How can I fix them? How can I go about fixing these problems? Because they've done it before. And they can break it down for you, because it's free advertising for them if you're having them on your podcast, because you're gonna put it together and your audience is gonna see it. And so more than likely, these experts and business owners would love to hop on your podcast, even if it's at a local level. You can get insight from these people, because these are people ideally that have years of experience in business or whatever it is that you're doing, and you can pick it up, all the things that they've done wrong, and you can learn from it. And so it's like a free consulting call. Number 3, it's the easiest way for people to get to know the real you, the authentic and true self that you are. The humanness that you have, and your quirks and your personality, all of that comes through whenever you're building a personal brand. And people normally follow people because of their face and their personality, not because of a logo. And so when you're doing a podcast, all of this comes out, and try to be raw. Try not to cut anything out. If you mess up, don't cut it out. Just show that you're a real human, and that's relatable to your viewers. And so this is a great way if you're wanting to get started in content, or if you're wanting to add something new to your marketing plan, start a podcast, because you never know who could come into the room as a guest, or who could be on the other side of the screen watching, that could completely change your life and your business forever. Now here's a pro tip. Once you're starting to plan your episodes and whatever it is that you're talking about, pick things that you actually are passionate about and you have a deep knowledge on, or else you're going to run out of things to talk about very quickly. content creation and social media and video stuff, I could talk about for like 100 hours straight if I needed to. And so that's what I talk about on this channel. I couldn't talk about gardening but for 5 minutes, and then I would run out of ideas. And so make sure whenever you're planning these podcasts and these formats for your episodes, make sure to pick something that you truly know 100% about, and something that you could talk about for hours. And that's going to wrap up this video today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you took something valuable away from this. There's going to be a link in the description. If you want to continue this conversation and talk to me directly, there's going to be a link that you can click right here in the description or in the comment section. Let me know in the comments, do you struggle with content creation, and have you tried doing a podcast before? What worked, what didn't work? I want to hear about it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.